Alright, so we just recently had a few nerfs and one little buff to some of the items in game, and I did a video on that. But just a few minutes ago, we got another hotfix. This time, it's for War Machine's hoverjet, so the Jetpack. So let me read you what the official Fortnite status Twitter account put out, and then I'll show you what they actually changed. So they said this: we've resolved an exploit where players were sometimes dashing erratically when using the War Machine's hoverjets. Players should still be able to, quote, bunny hop and perform other advanced movement tactics after this fix. So I'm actually surprised they called this an exploit. So one of my favorite streamers and YouTubers, his name is Prospering, one of the best players I've ever seen play the game. Phenomenal streamer, phenomenal YouTuber. I don't know if he was the one that discovered it, but he named it the P-Dash. And I think that's what they're talking about here. But he could fly around with that jetpack. I mean, he would sprint and then dash and then cancel. I don't know. I could never get it to work on controller, but he just had this fluid movement, and he's already a good player, so that made him even better, and he would just stomp the competition. But he called it the P-Dash, and I'm pretty sure that's what they nerfed here. So let's take a look at what the data miner and my friend on Twitter, FN_assist, posted. He always posts the specific elaborate details. So he says this: War Machine's hoverjets have been nerfed. And then he says boost fuel cost increase by 190%. So it used to be 0.6 and now it's 1.75. So what does that mean? It just means boosting uses more fuel now. Then he says the boost max speed has been decreased by 25%, and it used to be 3,000, now it's 2,250. So obviously when you sprinted, it would propel you forward really fast, and that's been lowered by 25%. And then he says boost duration increased by 13%, which is actually a buff. So it went from 0.75 to 0.85. So that means you can boost for a slightly longer amount of time, even though it costs more fuel now. It said boost fuel frequency increased by 150%, and it went from 0.1 to 0.25. So I think to sum up all the changes, you can basically boost a little longer, which is a positive, but it costs way more fuel, so thus you can do it less often, and then the speed of boosting has been decreased. So let me hop into a match and see if this is noticeable. All right, so let me land somewhere safe, and I'll see if I can find a jetpack, and then we'll test it out. Wow, I almost got absolutely bamboozled there. That was crazy. Went for that chest right away, and I did not get a jetpack, clearly. Come on, jetpack. Then we got the auto turret. I'll take that. Jetpack, jetpack. Auto turret again? Are you kidding me? All right, this time. Another turret? I guess they did nerf the spawn on the jetpack. Wait, there's another chest over here. A lot of these Avengers chests over here. This time. There we go, we got it. Okay, so remember, boosting uses more fuel now. So let's see. We're just hovering here. Let's boost. I mean, yeah, it's a little noticeable. That was pretty quick. I definitely noticed the speed decrease. Let me try that again. So we're gonna boost, we're gonna go, yeah, that's super slow now. Yeah, that's definitely noticeable. That speed burst is way, way less. Yeah, that actually ran out quite quick. So that time, I definitely noticed all the changes there. But boosting longer though. So remember, the boost duration is slightly longer now. Because remember, as soon as you boost, you lose a lot of your meter. Now, as for the P-Dash, remember, I couldn't do it on controller, but basically, let's see, I think you would sprint, you would dash, you would cancel, and then slide. And do it like that. So I can't do it very well, nor could I do it originally. But that's what you would do, and you would fly around the map. But now they pretty much nerfed it. I'm going to have to watch Prospering and see if he can do it. Oh yeah, look how slow I am. I can't do it to save my life. But you get the gist. You would fly around on a bunny hop. So it's still the best mobility this season for sure. But it's way more noticeable now for all these nerfs and buffs. But you can still do some aerial combat. Just be careful of your boosts because they're slower and they take a lot more fuel. But you can still bunny hop right away and after the initial burst. So I don't know, were these necessary for the game? Maybe. I guess they didn't nerf them that badly, but it's definitely noticeable. Would I rather have 6 shockwaves over the jetpack? Well, I always would. I prefer shockwaves just because I'm not very good with the jetpack, but PC players or people that have mastered it would say the jetpack was incredible. So let me know in the comments, what do you think about this? Was this a good nerf? Did you die a lot by people using, I guess we call it an exploit because that's what they called it. Did you ever die by that? Because I never died by it. I never even saw it in game. I just saw a lot of the good players using it, but I've never encountered anyone. And again, you can still do it, just not very efficiently. You used to be able to keep up with cars. Now I can barely keep up with a train. So that's a clear indication that the speed was bamboozled. So there you go. That's all there is to it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. A like is always appreciated. And don't forget to use my Support-A-Creator code, which is tabortime.